negotiations with manufacturers of leading COVID-19 vaccine candidates. None of them has applied to the Food and Drug Administration for a conduct of clinical trial phase 3 in the country yet. Food and Drug Administration Director General Dr. Eric Domingos said only 2 potential vaccines are currently being evaluated by the Science and Technology Department's panel of vaccine experts. These are Russia's Sputnik 5 as well as Johnson & Johnson's Janssen vaccine. The Health Department earlier said it is still awaiting Sputnik 5's clinical trial protocol-related documents. Others are still pending with pending confidentiality data agreement. The FDA assured the public that once they receive an application, they can process it in a shorter span of a little over a month. The regular procedure usually takes 2 months. Domingo vowed that hastening the process will not compromise the safety and efficacy of the vaccines. It was earlier announced that a clinical trial phase 3 for a COVID-19 vaccine may be started in the country by October and could be made available in the market by the second quarter of 2021. Charles, at the FDA said there are 2 administrative orders that are still awaiting for Health Secretary Francisco Duque III's signature. This intends to streamline the procedures once a COVID-19 vaccine has been registered to a FDA international counterpart, or when it has been pre-qualified by the World Health Organization. Charles?
All right, thanks for that, Greg. Could you tell us how the FDA plans to shorten the process? You mentioned they're trying to fast track it as much as possible. What are some of the strategies that they will use that will not compromise the integrity of the trial?
Charles, based on regular procedures, the technical review of the vaccine experts panel usually comes first before the evaluation of the ethics review board. But for the COVID-19 vaccines, these undertakings of separate bodies will be simultaneously conducted. In effect, it will cut half the usual 4-week process of FDA's own technical review into 2 weeks. Yun nga, magiging 2 weeks na lang, ano? And aside from that, if a certain COVID-19 vaccine failed to secure a recommendation from the vaccine experts panel or the ethics review board, it will not reach the FDA's level. And FDA also highlighted that even after a certain vaccine finished or completed its clinical trial phase 3, this does not give them an assurance for a certificate of product registration, as the FDA still has to look into the efficacy rate of this vaccine, and this should not be falling under 60% or 70% efficacy rate. Charles?
Right, Greg, given these developments, when now is the earliest possible time that the vaccine will possibly become available here in the Philippines? Does having more applicants for this phase 3 trial mean that the vaccines will actually come in earlier?
Well, Charles, the FDA has explained that in quite a number of points. One, the passing or the passing of a certain vaccine to the clinical trial phase 3 is not, or the conduct of clinical trial phase 3 in the country is not prerequisite for it to be given a certificate of product registration in the country. But the FDA may still accept and process application of a COVID-19 vaccine who conducted and completed clinical trial phase 3 in other countries. So as long as there is application that the FDA can process, they will look into it. Charles?
All right, thanks for that, Greg. That was Greg Gregorio reporting live from Mandaluyong City. The Health Department reports more than 2,100 new COVID-19 cases. This brings the total case count to over 296,700. Of that number, nearly 60,000 are active. And the DOH also reported 36 deaths just for today, pushing the toll to over 5,100. 580 people recovered from the disease over the past 24 hours, bringing the total number of survivors to nearly 232,000. The city government of Manila opens another walk-in COVID-19 testing center at the Hospital ng Tondo. The new facility can carry out up to 100 individual tests daily using serology testing machines. Those who want to get tested for COVID-19 may apply at the center on weekdays from 6 a.m. onwards. 5 walk-in COVID-19 testing centers are now operational within the premises of the Hospital ng Tondo. As for the cost, Mayor Isko Moreno assured Manila residents the expenses will be shouldered by the LGU.
Naawa naman ako sa tao. Biri mo, gusto na pumasok sa trabaho, totosgasan pa. Tapos yung negosyante, lugin-lugi na, pag pinapasok niya yung empleyado niya, tosgas din. Kaya gusto ko, hanggat maaari, yung maibsan lang natin yung, yung mga gasto sa tao. Ay, maraming hirap na ngayon. And that's why we always wanted to, this is just one of those free services.
Malacanang is downplaying President Duterte's widely praised invocation of the country's arbitral win against China during the UN General Assembly. Palace spokesperson Harry Roque said the chief executive was merely restating his existing policy on the disputed waters. He then took a swipe at former Foreign Affairs Chief Albert Del Rosario, who said that the next step of the Duterte administration was to secure the backing of more countries. Roque said the former top diplomat was in no position to tell the president what to do. Recall that Del Rosario led the powerhouse team that took China to The Hague for its unlawful activities in the South China Sea.
I don't think he has much to show by way of his actual accomplishment as DFA Secretary. And all I can say is mag-isip-isip muna po tayo kung anong qualification natin para diktahan natin ang isang sitting president na hinalal po ng taong bayan.
Stories after a short break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Charles Lejano. A progressive group is asking for the Supreme Court to intervene in connection with the controversial beautification of Manila Bay. But the DENR is insisting there are no irregularities in the project. Shala Francisco with the report.
The Akbayan Citizens Action Party on Thursday filed a motion before the Supreme Court to cite the Environment Department in contempt over the dumping of crushed dolomites along Manila Bay. The group alleged that the project is in violation of the continuing mandamus ordering the DNR and other agencies to rehabilitate and preserve Manila Bay. Explaining further, Akbayan said the dumping of artificial white sand is not part of the Sustainable Development Master Plan for Manila Bay.
Dapat talagang linisin ang Manila Bay, but if we are to clean up Manila Bay, it has to be done in the right way.
The group also called on the High Court to convene the Manila Bay Advisory Committee, headed by Chief Justice Diosdado Peralta, to review the impact of the project. In response, the DNR said it welcomes the motion filed by the group. It insisted, however, that there were no violations committed.
Everything passed through regularly and above board. Walang irregularities dito. So with that, I don't think na meron po kami dapat katakutan, and we will face them.
Antiporda also denied reports that the crushed dolomites were already washed away due to heavy rains. He said the site in question is part of the Phase 2 of the beach nourishment effort, which is still under construction. The department further revealed that they may do away with the dolomite sand for the latter part of the project.
We're trying to come up with a maging white sand pa rin siya, but a while ago, as per the statement of our secretary, if in case talagang wala nang pagkukunan ng dolomite, we will be forced to use yung itong yung lighter color na black sand.
For now, the artificial white sand along Manila Bay continues to attract visitors. The DNR plans to seal the area to ensure that the project will not be hampered by onlookers.
You will notice maraming tao pumupunta, nagpapa-selfie, and of course, pagka dumadaan yung mga heavy equipments natin, baka may madisgrasya. So we want to avoid things like that. And at the same time, para maging mabilis din yung pagkilos.
Shaila Francisco, VR1 News.
Aside from Boracay, the province of Bohol may also start welcoming local tourists by October. National Task Force Against COVID-19 Chief Implementer Carlito Galvez Jr. said the tourism industry of Bohol is ready to reopen based on the visits of government officials. Galvez noted that the task force supports the tourism department in aiming to reopen more travel bubbles for local tourist spots amid the COVID-19 pandemic.
Nakikita po natin na marami pong mga lugar, especially po yung Bohol at saka yung tinatawag nating Palawan and also Cebu, that they are prepared to have that tourism bubble.
As the Burr months are now upon us, malls are exploring new ways to cater to the needs of Christmas shoppers. We'll find out how in this report from JC Cosico.
It's that time of the year again for Andrea to splurge on Christmas gift items in Divisoria. But with the threat of COVID-19, she has no choice but to shop at home.
Ang pinaka-maganda sa online shopping is yung hindi ka nalalabas ng bahay.
Bakit, ma'am?
Parang hindi ka mangangamba. Hindi ka na mangangamba din na baka makakuha ka ng virus. Pagdating ng items, disinfect pa din siya yung packaging before opening. Tapos pag nabuksan, isa-isa din i-disinfect.
She plans to checking out malls that have introduced alternative ways for customers to shop. Several malls in Metro Manila have maximized technology to still ensure the safety of their customers. Window shopping is still a thing, thanks to newly created online communities. Some department stores have also launched their call to deliver service, where the items are delivered straight to the customers' doors.
The customers would just call us or reach out to us, and then we will send them options, kung ano yung kailangan niyang bilhin, and then we will process the order, and then we will deliver para they can get what they need without having to, go out of their house.
Mall officials are hopeful that despite the pandemic, sales will increase during the Burr months.
We are seeing our customers slowly coming back starting this month. So we are very confident that we will achieve a sense of normalcy in the coming holidays, this coming months.
For its part, the Trade Department has expressed support to the initiatives.
We're happy na nag-expand rin yung business nila kasi because people cannot go physically to the stores, so nag-expand sila into e-commerce, which is good kasi this is going to be part of the development that we're doing of the e-commerce industry.
The DTI also has a piece of advice for Christmas shoppers.
Sana tingnan natin munang mabuti yung binibilihan natin kasi a lot of times we get so attracted to products that are advertised online pero hindi natin na napapansin kung sino ba yung seller, legitimate ba to, may physical address pa, may contact number pa, registered ba siya.
For News 5, JC Cosico, VR1 News.
For more updates, follow News 5, Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. And you can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com so you can stream One News live anytime and anywhere. I'm Charles Lejano. We are One News.